Getting through law school is not easy, but for the recent graduate you're about to meet, easy wasn't something she was accustomed to. But as Boyd Hooper reports, perhaps it's precisely those difficult times that help set her up for something special.
A fresh coating of snow has frosted this place, like gingerbread. But the first time she arrived here, life was not so sweet.
Hello.
For Zarina Sementelli.
Sometimes things can be so far removed that when you come back, you're like, wow, this really happened. I really did make it from here.
Here is the Salvation Army's Booth Brown House, a shelter for homeless youth.
Might as well start upstairs.
11 years later, Zarina is back.
It feels almost full circle.
Back in a room in which she'd sit with open books.
I was studying for the ACT.
Back in familiar stairwells and hallways.
Yeah, this is where we did our laundry.
But to fully understand Zarina's journey, let's go back even further.
So my father was never in the picture, and then my mother, she has severe mental health issues, so she didn't work. Every year, it would just be kind of time to move to the next spot. When we got evicted from our house when I was 15, and she moved to Seattle, and I know she didn't have a job or a place to live. So I knew that they were going to be moving there to live in a shelter.
School was the one place Zarina found stability. So she stayed behind, couch surfing at the homes of her Como Park High basketball coaches and teammates, until the unsettled seas of homelessness carried her here.
This was really the first place that I felt like home.
Zarina at 15. Her first day of 2.5 years she'd spend in this room.
Thank you.
A room she's now re-entering for the first time since she left.
When you go from living on someone else's couch, I cannot articulate how important this space was for me.
During the day, Zarina would take transit between school, her job, and grocery shopping. At night, she'd return here to study, which, it turned out, would pay off handsomely.
I remember being right here, opening up my Spelman acceptance letter and just feeling so blessed.
Georgia's Spelman College, from which Zarina would graduate.
I applied for hundreds of scholarships.
Debt-free.
Hi, Kaden. I'm Zarina.
Now
Nice
she's
meeting
meeting
you.
the current
How long have you
occupant
been living
of
here?
her old room.
To see you as just a young person, just, trying to make a way is really important for you to believe in yourself. Can I hug you or? Thank you.
Believing in herself, Zarina attended law school in California, graduating last spring, passing the bar last fall. But that's not all in which Zarina believed.
When I felt I had nobody on my side, when I didn't have parents to call, I got on my knees and I prayed. And I didn't grow up in the church, and a lot of people doubt God. But when I needed God, God was always there for me.
And she's not done.
Stronger and stronger and stronger. You with me? Yeah.
Air Force officer training, Montgomery, Alabama. Zarina's next stop as she works to become a military judge advocate general.
Definitely remember being in here.
But this stop on the tour is one Zarina insisted she not miss.
So this was my previous case manager, Natalie's office.
Natalie no longer works here, but in this space she helps Zarina set goals and find tutors, health insurance, and food assistance.
My name is Zarina Sementelli. And I was a
Natalie,
resident.
who Zarina recently addressed.
Ms. Bogdan was especially helpful.
In this letter she sent to Booth Brown.
I would be extremely grateful if you could share it or pass along my message of appreciation.
Zarina,
Hi, Zarina.
here's one better.
Hello.
It's so good to see you.
Look at you.
From homeless 15-year-old to law school grad doesn't happen alone.
When I graduate and I pass the bar, I'm like, wow, I wish I could just tell Natalie.
Oh my goodness.
The mentors in my community, they didn't just see a homeless youth that had no future. They saw a person who needed help.
Fresh blanket of snow and the warmth of home.
I mean, I was proud of you then, and I'm very proud of you now.
Boyd Hooper, KARE 11 News, St. Paul.
After what she went through, Zarina told Boyd she will never stop looking for opportunities to help other young people the way she was helped. Congratulations. Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of accomplishments for that young lady. And thanks to Boyd for another beautiful story.